on the joke. But one joke we can all now share with impunity is 70s fashion. The decade that style forgot was unfortunately immortalised in television, and there's probably no finer example than the flare-flapping, sideburn-wielding. 12 years later, the 70s have become culturally reborn, and the goodies are back in fashion. Cue Exhibit A in the comic endangered species enclosure.
Woods and Hossam, mind you, that was 24 years ago.
24 years. So the first programmes went out on television, and what a smash they were, 24 years ago. If you were looking at those programmes to date him, would you say they'd aged?
No, I'd say they'd matured.
You'd say they'd matured,
Like a good wine.
Oh, I like a good wine.
All right.
Yeah, shall we both? Yeah.
Would you say was the goodies' contribution to British comedy?
I think in the form of what we did, which again was one of the differences from Python. Python were doing sketch humour, silly humour if you like, wacky surrealist, call it what you will, and we added to that the half-hour storyline, and I think in practical terms that is actually possibly our main contribution, which not many people has taken up. It was probably a bloody awful idea, so nobody took it up. Or maybe it was more difficult to do. I mean, the young ones to a certain extent would do something like with your storyline, but you can shoot off at tangents and so on and so forth. But it's bringing the wacky surrealist with the sitcom form.
It was going to be great in 70 years' time. Now, did you mean not until then, or did you mean something else?
No, it's one of those irritated answers when somebody's saying, what was your show? I mean, people won't understand it, and I said, well, we're making the show so that ideally it will be funny, like the best comedy, Buster Keaton or whatever, it will be funny in 70 years' time as it is now, because it's sort of classic, so hopefully people will find that out on the video that it is.
We won't be around to know, really, will we?
But I mean, if you think some of the things we sent up, which were topical, like Jaws and Close Encounters, I mean, they've both been on the telly in the last couple of months, haven't they?
Yes. In fact, people like Nicholas Parsons and Tony Blackburn.
Still around.
It's been on telly in the last couple of months.
Yes. Why are these goodies videos coming out now? Why now?
You might well ask. I mean,
have.
Our theory is that it is that many goodies fans who watched the show 15, 20 years ago are now in charge of BBC Enterprises and the sort of channels that release videos, and they have said, we must have goodies videos, and people have been asking us, heaven knows. So
the other answer is that in, say, like Australia and New Zealand, they're being aired all the time, and a whole new generation, the parents still like it, but the kids of 20 or whatever enjoy it as well, so we're giving the youth of today a chance to grow up properly.
Educational videos.
Educational videos, yeah. That's one of the reasons also, because they're bloody good.
And in our second competition tonight, we've got goodies t-shirts and videos to give away. If you can tell me, what was the famous goodies dance? Was it A, the Funky Gibbon, B, the Ecky Thump, or C, Black Pudding Bertha? Phone in on 0891 66 5566 for some goodies. Where eagles dare, on the other hand.